Nowadays we are seeing this one thing, that how mayor and senators of different countries are coming and attacking India, how the leader of opposition and other people, those who are leftist enough in other countries, are coming and mingling up against the government, and sometimes it is not against the government, it becomes anti-India. Yes, so basically what happened was Zohran Mamdani, who's a big name in US and who's also the mayor of the one of the biggest cities in US, which is New York City. He came out with all those some kind of inauguration and everything, and in that speech, we got to know that he has written a letter to Umar Khalid, who is basically being charged under the UAPA thing, and he was recently out on the parole for a wedding in his house, and right now he's again in the prison, and his case has been called, and then getting delayed and delayed, and whatsoever the entire proceeding is going on right now. You see, there's a connection. It's not about Umar Khalid being anti-national or whatsoever it is, because till now he hasn't been proven guilty, so we cannot put up any allegation on him right now. He's under a trial till date, and it has been going on and going on. But keeping that aside, if you see right now, why is Zohran Mamdani, sympathizing with Umar Khalid? Why is Zohran Mamdani making sure that every single time he comes up for a speech, there's some angle of Indian Muslims out there? And why is Zohran Mamdani being so good to the Congress party, who is the biggest opposition in India right now? Why is all of this making a connection? And on the other hand, you should see this one more thing. So basically, recently, Rahul Gandhi has been going on different foreign country trip for a lot of time. But recently, Rahul Gandhi went on a Vietnam trip after for the New Year's, and he stayed there for 22 days. Do you think a politician is so much filled with time and a lot of things that he could stay for 22 days in a country with no such political aspects and no such political thinking coming by? I mean, that is a lie. I feel like that. So I'm going to merge both of the incidents, and you'll get to know that how the other left wing and the left wing of our country are merging themselves together and planning against India right now. There could be a possibility like that. So coming back to Zohran Mamdani. Zohran Mamdani makes sure that he mentions Indians, Islamophobia in almost all his speeches, then atrocity across Islamic people in India for almost all the time. But he was being silent when in Bangladesh, Deepu Chandra Das was, he was murdered like anything. He was being silent at the whole point of time, and right now he's sympathizing with Umar Khalid. So basically, Zohran Mamdani has understood this one thing which US President Donald Trump did. US President Donald Trump knew this one factor, that the biggest and the most majority people in America right now who has the power and money is Indian Americans, and they have a huge voter bank out there. So he targeted every single time Indian Americans, and Indian Americans got so happy with the whole fact that they voted for Donald Trump like anything, because for the first time in the history of their migration, they saw some leader, coming and directly, specifically approaching them. In the same manner, Mamdani's mother, Meena Nair, is an Indian origin born, and she's a great director and has good connection with Bollywood and Indian celebrities and everything. He has this Indian touch, but he has never really been to India, and never really lived in India for a longer period of time or something like that. So he's getting this advantage. He's taking the same thing, and he's using Indian Muslim support and Indian opposition support in his favor. So basically, that is how the external and foreign countries break and put up atrocities across a country through all these favoring kind of thing. We see hate mongers roaming around on internet so much. We see people coming on internet or social media and putting up different stories, and provoking the minorities of India in different manner, and claiming that the government is doing this thing's wrong to you. And the same manner, Zohran Mamdani is doing the same. Every single time he comes for a speech, he comes up with Indian problems and Indian things, which is none of his concern. And not just that, he is specifically mentioning Islamophobia every single time. And also that entire thing is praised by Congress party. All of them are mixed up in a manner. Not just that, Priyanka Gandhi was in New York City during the time of the oath ceremony of Zohran Mamdani. And there was speculation also that they met and everything. But Later it was not verified and something like that. But all these coincidences make you think in a manner that what is Zoran Mamdani actually planning with Congress? Are they basically glorifying, or should I say, spreading the Islamophobia which does not really exist in our country right now, and or coming up with a propaganda through which they can ignite the feeling inside an Indian Muslim right now? Because Zoran Mamdani has been taking a lot of interest. Now, moving on the other part, where we are going to talk about how Rahul Gandhi is revolving around every single thing. So, Rahul Gandhi has visited to Vietnam. So, basically, in 2024, Rahul Gandhi met the Vietnamese Prime Minister. Now, you need to understand this one thing: Prime Minister, presidents, all these positions are really, really hectic, and all the people are really busy. But Vietnamese Prime Minister took out time and met Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi goes on a lot of vocational, or should I say foreign trips, but not a lot of times he gets an opportunity to meet a president or a prime minister of any country. But this was the first time, or should I say a rare moment for Rahul Gandhi's visit, and he went and met PM out there. And right now, everybody is, when Rahul Gandhi was asked that what were you doing for 22 days in Vietnam, he came up with a thing that Vietnam is one of the most popular country when it comes to communism, and he wanted to adopt that thing. He wanted to learn how the country is working out so that he could implement that entire thing in India and make India grow at a par that where it could be equality and all of that. But it does not make any sense. You're going to spend 22 days somewhere where you want to learn communism. In India, you cannot put up communism. Communism has to come at a very initial, but right now you cannot put communism out there. We are already living at a capitalist venture out here, that you cannot make Ambani and a normal telecom worker work in a similar manner or paid in a similar manner. That is not possible in India. So that was not the entire thing. But out here, we came up with another theory. So you understand that Vietnam and India has a very good relation. They are good in trades, they are good in everything. But Vietnam has this one long-standing problem for a longer period of time, for many years. Vietnam shared borders with Malaysia, then China. So basically, China and Vietnam has a good trade relation, but not a good border relation. Vietnam and China has been having this border dispute for a longer period of time, for many years. And I think the tension between India and China has been growing so much right now. In the morning only, we saw where External Minister of Affairs, Dr. S. J. Shankar, came up with a whole statement that Arunachal Pradesh is ours and we won't let anybody take it. And he said that entire thing because China has been so much rigid on that part, that Arunachal Pradesh comes under South Tibet, that is a part of China. In fact, they have mentioned Arunachal Pradesh in their national map as well. They have put up a name of Arunachal Pradesh, which is Zhangyang, and they call it their own. And the dispute has not been solving at all. So basically, out here, what Rahul Gandhi is trying to do is making good connection with Vietnamese Prime Minister, so that they could possibly help to discontinue this border dispute situation between Vietnam and China. And the Vietnamese Prime Minister would be listening that, because they don't have trust on India right now, because PM Narendra Modi has not taken any vital step to claim that Arunachal Pradesh is ours. No matter, Arunachal Pradesh is ours only, but China's claim needs some more action, which we have not taken. I'm not saying about the war, but there has to be some more options, some more rigid things. We should go on under any international organization and complain about China's whole thing, or something more concrete where we could actually slam China on this matter. So right now, in the matter of India and China, India's whole image, and specifically PM Narendra Modi's whole image, seems to be a little downer. And that is where Rahul Gandhi is taking the whole advantage of it, and then meeting the Vietnamese Prime Minister, so that he could get the influence and get the whole thing and get the trust. And then, whatever will happen, that will be a later part. But right now, he's just gaining trust by bribing Vietnamese Prime Minister, and that is why he was out for so long. That is what we come up with. That's all for today. Let's see how all of these left wingers are propagating in India, and what kind of propaganda are more coming in. For all these geopolitical scoop whoop, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment on Global Shark. This was Shivachitra Anshi signing off, and thank you for watching my video. And also visit our page for more geopolitical scoop whoop. Thank you so much for watching us.